Hello, welcome back to the Cricket Nerds podcast. Today you've got me and James, and we are going to be discussing England versus Pakistan and a little preview to the series because we're really excited for this because England haven't actually played in Pakistan. They haven't toured Pakistan since 2005, 2006. So it's absolutely crazy, but it promises to be a great series because Pakistan tend to surprise everyone at tests, and England have this new way of playing, but it's not really been tested in other countries. So it'll be exciting to see. So before we get into it, make sure you subscribe. You may as well like this video already. You know it's going to be good. And yeah, let's just get into it. So let's start off by looking at the Pakistan squad because there are a few notable people who are not there. For example, Yasir Shah is one, and also Hassan Ali. Thoughts?
The one I'm most surprised by is Hassan Ali because he's shown he's really good. And I think he's fallen out of favor with Pakistan fans, especially after the T20 World Cup in 2021. He played horribly in that semi-final match, I think it was. So that he fell out of favor with a lot of Pakistan fans at that point, but since he's been really good, and I think he plays for Warwickshire now in the county championship. He's been brilliant, like taking tons of wickets. Yeah, it's a surprising one. However, when you look at the side that they've got, when you look at the squad, you're not thinking, oh no, Pakistan are really struggling for seamers now.
Yeah.
There's such a wealth of talent. Like Hassan Ali pretty much walks into any side in the world as a seamer. But this Pakistan side, he can be easily left out of a 18-man squad.
Yeah.
It's pretty mental.
Yeah. And I think with Yasir Shah, he's been the main test leg spinner for Pakistan for a while now. And there's this new guy called Abrar who has been doing really well in the Pakistan domestic circuit. This year, he's taken over 40 wickets in just 6 games, and including 5 5-4s. So England's England will be tested against the leg spin there. We generally struggle against any form of spin in test matches, so it'll be interesting to see our approach against that. But you've got the normal players for Pakistan like Babar Azam, Rizwan, Imam ul Haq at the top of the order, who's awesome, and Azhar Ali as well, who's played a lot of Test cricket. So, and Shan Masood, let's not forget Shan Masood, who has been the best player in County Championship Division 2 by a long way. So, their batting as well as their bowling looks incredibly strong, and it'll be interesting to see how England go about getting those 20 wickets.
And I think it's really going to suit the way that England plays if they get similar wickets to the ones that we had in the Pakistan versus Australia tournament or series.
Yeah.
Because those were absolute roads. It was looking like a draw city for the majority of it. And in those kind of conditions, where it's very, very difficult for the bowlers, we could see England. I think we'll see a result either way. We could either see England just with the 10 of the softest dismissals you've ever seen, and getting bundled out for 200, or we'll see what we saw in the warm up, which was played in the UAE between England and England Lions, which was 500 plays 500 pretty much. It was absolutely insane hitting, some incredible innings, and I think that's what we might see, which would then give England the maximum amount of time to try and take those wickets. Pakistan, on the other hand, they just need to focus on playing the sensible options for most of the time with the bat, in my opinion. Like, just play their natural game. And then with the ball, a lot of their players that they're going to be having, their bowlers, are both Test and T20
Yeah,
bowlers. And I think that's really going to have to play into their hands, because when, if England end up playing like Will Jacks or Liam Livingston in at 8, and those two, right, one of them is just absolutely teeing off, strike rate of like 160, then it's going to make a lot of sense to have someone like Harris Ralph, who can bowl the wide Yorkers or the bouncers that might get the results that they need. So it does create this completely different dynamic, but it's also showing how the T20 skills are feeding into tests,
oh,
which
definitely.
that's the point of T20, really. Like, it's meant to be a fun thing that anybody can do. It's shorter, but ultimately you're gaining skills that you can use in the best form of the game.
I think the main difference between the teams is, if you look at the Pakistan squad, as you've said, a lot of their players played in the 2020 World Cup. A lot, not just their bowlers, their batsmen as well. So they've got a lot of crossover. Whereas in the England squad, the only players who were in the 2020 World Cup were Ben Stokes, Harry Brook, and Liam Livingston, and Mark Wood, although Mark Wood is unlikely to feature because of his hip injury that he sustained in the World Cup. So they've only got a few players in that squad who actually played in the 2020 World Cup. The rest of them are all out and out test match players, or not quite good enough to get into the 2020 squad. However, I'm just excited to watch Test cricket again. I'm excited to watch Joe Root batting in Test match cricket. I'm excited to watch Ollie Robinson and James Anderson bowling in Test match cricket. And also, there are some really exciting young players in that England squad. So Ollie Pope as well, who's been given a few leadership responsibilities. He captained England in the warm-up because Ben Stokes wasn't there. You've got Rahan Ahmed, who could be the youngest player ever to play for England. And also you've got Will Jacks, as you've already mentioned, coming into the side. So there's some exciting options. So maybe we should go on to the England squad. And my main question to you is, who is opening the batting? No Alex Lees. We've still got Zach Crawley, but who is opening the batting?
So the opening pair that we saw in the England versus England Lions match was Zach Crawley and Ben Duckett, which I thought was quite an interesting one. I would, if it was me, just going off convention and what I think I would do personally, I would be having Keaton Jennings and Zach Crawley opening.
Okay.
Just because of form, and I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen Ben Duckett open, so it's something that's foreign to me. I don't know how it would work. Whereas Ben Duckett, I see as an incredibly good number 4, number 5, and he can kind of come in those I don't know, when the ball's a little bit older, because I mean, you know how well he plays spin. It's unbelievable. So that would be quite an interesting thing to see for me. But and I would definitely pick Ben Duckett over Harry Brook in Pakistan.
Okay.
Because I'm expecting to see, some of the brilliant Pakistani spinners such as Naman Ali and Mohammad Nawaz that can, just get a lot of rip on it. And I haven't seen good things with Harry Brook facing spin so far. Granted, that's been in shorter formats. I haven't seen him play abroad against spin. So that I'm expecting to see Brook, but yeah, that's what I do. What I think will happen is Duckett and Crawley will open. What's your opinion on the top order?
Well, I think Ben Duckett and Keaton Jennings are both good players for spin. I don't think they're going to mess up that middle order and replace Harry Brook straight away. I think they would want to play Harry Brook in the middle order. And I think Ben Duckett's there as more of a reserve middle order player than Harry Brook. However, I can see Ben Duckett playing at the top of the order because he is so good at spin. But Keaton Jennings, he's done really well against spin. And he's a sort of player where in this new sort of mindset that England cricket has, and I know Rob Key has mentioned this in Sky commentary in the past, and picking the players for the right situation. And Keaton Jennings has done really well in the subcontinent. He's scored centuries in the subcontinent. He's done really well against spin in the subcontinent. He was one of the reasons we won a series in Sri Lanka. So he's definitely a player who's been in and out of the side. If he does get picked, then it would be, I think it's his third return to the England setup. But if it makes sense, then why not? Like it's easy to just ignore him because he hasn't done well. He's been dropped a few times. But if he's good in these conditions, if he can play this bowling well, then why not? My issue with Keaton Jennings is how well he'll be able to play the Pakistan fast bowlers at the start of the innings. Whereas I think Ben Duckett said a bit more experience in Pakistan playing these fast bowlers in these conditions with the PSL. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what England decide to do at the top. The other interesting thing that I want to talk about is Liam Livingstone versus Will Jacks. Can you see either of them or both of them featuring for England?
I mean, not only do we have Liam Livingstone versus Will Jacks, we also have both of those versus Rehan Ahmed as well.
Oh, yeah, Rehan, yeah.
Rehan Ahmed, like we've got this, like it was a kind of toss up between the two. And I think me and Benji did a podcast a few weeks ago, which you should definitely check out, about when Liam Livingstone and Will Jacks were first called up to the squad. I personally like the idea of us playing Will Jacks. I think he is a very, very good batsman that has proved himself in the county championship this year, with Surrey, and he's been really good with the ball as well. But I definitely see the advantages to playing either Rehan Ahmed or Liam Livingstone, because leg spin on the dead tracks has proven time and time again over the years to be a lot more effective than finger spin.
Yeah.
And that's what we currently have. We're almost certainly going to be playing Jack Leach. And then if we have Jacks as well, that's right arm off break. So we will want that leg break option, I think. So
that variety.
So yeah, how would you assemble the bowling attack?
Well, you're going to have James Anderson playing at least one of the games. Ollie Robinson is probably been England's most consistent test match bowler of the last couple of years, aside from James Anderson, who will always be the most consistent. So I think those two are your main seamers. But in terms of, and then you've got Ben Stokes as well to fill in some overs. So then when it comes to spin, Jack Leach will definitely play. And I think you need a bit of mystery. So I'd be tempted to go with Rehan Ahmed or Liam Livingstone. But I can see England picking Rehan, because he's scored a championship 100. I don't know when the last time Liam Livingstone scored a championship 100. And I know Rehan was playing in Division 2, but still, he's only 18 years old. He's got potential. And I think picking him right now in this series will have a more positive effect on his cricket for the future than if he doesn't get picked at all in this series. However, saying that, I can see him not playing because someone like Liam Livingstone, a bit more experience. He's been in England setups a lot more and a lot longer than Rehan. But I'll always back Rehan Ahmed because a bit of a claim to fame. I have faced him before. Being in the same area as him, I've faced him. So I know that he's really good.
Yeah. But obviously he never got you out, right?
No, obviously I was
smacking
him all over. No. Very hard to face.
No, soon to be friend of the show, Rehan Ahmed.
Oh yeah. But yeah,
I would really like to see him play.
Yeah.
It'd be an interesting call, based on whatever happens in the first tests, with our bowling attack, whether we will consider playing maybe two of those bowling all-rounder options, because we can, and who knows, maybe we'll end up doing the Owen Morgan tactic eventually, and it's like, right, we need to bat down to 10 so that we can just tee off,
especially for chasing every game.
Yeah, exactly. And like Jamie Overton as well, he could potentially come into that squad because that 11, because we don't have Mark Wood, and Mark Wood would definitely be the point of difference. Obviously we can't say for certain that Mark Wood's not going to be playing, but it's not looking good.
Well, I guess Jamie Overton playing is, I know Mark Wood not playing is a bit hard because we need that fast bowling, but Jamie Overton can still hit 90 mile per hour. So he will still be challenging those Pakistan bowlers for who can bowl the quickest. So it's not like we're missing out much there. And I think he's likely to feature because England will probably go with three main seamers, given that Ben Stokes, trusting him as a seamer, he can really wreck his body doing that. And we don't want that to happen because he's the captain and he's one of England's best players. So I can see them picking Jamie Overton for that reason. But there is flexibility because we've got all these bowling all rounders, but we've also got Ben Foakes, who is also very good against spin. And in Asian conditions, I would say that in England, he's more of a number 7, but in Asian conditions, he's probably more of a number 6 or a number 5. He bats number 5 for Surrey. So Ben Foakes gives us that flexibility to pick some bowling all-rounders. So, yeah.
Very true. Now, I don't think we've got any Cricket Nerds questions. So make sure you send them in, guys, because we really enjoy answering them and having the conversation. We are going to be covering the Pakistan versus England series. So if you want to see more, subscribe. If you don't want to see any more, still subscribe because we're growing. We're on the way to 1,000 subs. So please help us out. Tell your friends. It's just a bit of fun, and it's free. So yeah, give us a subscribe. Hit like. Thank you so much for watching. You can check out our social medias. We are posting a lot, actually, especially on Instagram and Twitter. So check them out. The link will be in the description under the link tree. So yeah, thank you so much, and we'll see you guys later.